I'm Dan Cook with Roger Mills OSU Cooperative Extension in Cheyenne, Oklahoma, and I'm going to demonstrate to you a fun project that's called mask art, or sometimes called totem pole art. And I'm going to show you how to do this project, and it's kind of a fun project to get started with. The first thing you'll need is scissors. Probably going to need some masking or some tape and or some cement glue. And what we're going to do first of all is we're going to take, and just like you would cut out a big heart out of a piece of paper, and this paper can be colored or this can be plain, and then you can decorate it. But we need to fold it in half, just like this. And I'm going to use a big magic marker so that you'll be able to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. First of all, before I get started on this, we need to use, on your first mask that you make, try to use as much area as you can, but don't go outside the edges here and cut this in two. Because when we get done with this, the nice thing about this project is we can take our scraps and really even make an even neater picture or mask. And so we keep every little piece of cutout that we have, and we'll have a place to use it here in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and tell you at different times I'm going to be talking about different things like peaks, a real sharp peak, or a curved hairline, or maybe a circle, or a curve this way. These are whiskers, going to be whiskers, and they're going to be beards in this mask art. This one over here would be like a cutout you would do for like a horn to make it look like you've got a devil appearance or whatever. We will be also cutting out noses. This is a nose, and I like to say a nose looks kind of like an old boot, a cartoon boot. But don't cut across here. We need to keep it attached to the paper, and we need to just come from this edge and follow it around. The real neat thing about it is we want big ears, because that really makes it look pretty cool. Try to keep those big ears a little bit higher on the face and not get lower to the jaw. You can actually leave it pointed if you want to, and you can put an earring on it if that's what you so choose. The important part of this is the eye. And the eye is simply football shaped, and then the pupil or the eye itself can be located in different locations. And how we cut this out, we will turn it like this, fold it in half, and we will just cut this out cut it out just like we do the heart shape here, and leave the pupil in place. And save the piece off that, because we'll use that later on in another mask. And as you can see, the eye being located in different places can change the expression of your monster, whether you want him to be nice or evil or mean or funny. From here on out, I'm going to start the drawing of what you need to do to make the mask art. First of all, you got to start up here at the top, and I like to have a real pointed hairline. This is his hair, and I like curly hair every so often. And we might put a horn in there. We don't want to come all the way out to the edges. At this point, you can do whatever you want to do, but this point here, I like to go down just a little bit and then start the ear and make a funny looking ear. Okay? Once we've got the ear in there, then we can come down here and give him some whiskers. And at this point here, we've got our first drawing done. We're going to go ahead, give him a mouth. And a mouth, I like to put some teeth in there and make it jagged. And it'll look something similar to this. And then we got to put the old boot on here, or the nose. And at this time, we've got something we can cut out. Now, the thing about it is, even in this picture here, I used it to demonstrate the curves and stuff, but I don't have to actually follow these lines here. I can move it up here a little bit farther so that this ear and face will come more into contact. But at this time, we start the cutting, and you will start here, go around, and end here. At this point here, I'm just kind of making in and ups and downs and looking at my picture, and then if I like the lines where they're at, I use them. If I don't, I don't. I don't have to do much anything. At this point here, as you can see, sometimes I followed the lines and sometimes I didn't. This is what we've got left. We don't want to throw this piece away because we'll use it later on and build another mask out of this. So I'll set this aside right now and start talking to you about the face. I've got this done to this point here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the nose out. I'm going to cut the mouth out. I like to make my teeth square sometimes, and then I'll leave a blank square, and then I'll have another one, and that'll make it look like the teeth are not there. And sometimes I like to try to make them look like they've got vampire mouths and all of that. When we get done with the mouth, or cutting out the mouth, save that mouthpiece, set it to the side, and we'll use it again in the picture. That's something what you would see. Now, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and open up the face and let you look at the face and the mask that we've done. Every one of these will be different. And don't worry about the colors there, because we'll turn it around the other way in just a moment. What I like to do at this point is bend the nose just a little bit, and then bend it like this on the other side. It'll give it a 3D look. At this point, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what brings it to life, and it's what we do for the eyes. And on here, I'm going to go ahead and draw the eyes in over here on one side, and then I'm going to cut it out. And we'll begin developing this. All you have to do for an eye is make it a football shape, and then put a pupil on there, or eyeball. And it'll look something like this on this side. You fold it in half like this, and you take your scissors and you cut it out, and it'll be equal on both sides. Of your monster or your mask. Looks similar to this. And you can open it up, and now you have the mask where you can turn this around, and you can actually put color to it now on this other side if you want to. We're going to fold it out. You can use these masks similar like this, and if you're lucky and you have a big rubber band that's this size, you can actually attach it to it and have it on the other side. Now, we're only forgetting one thing here, and that what we're forgetting to bring it to life is we need to put eyelashes on there. And there's two ways of doing eyelash. One that you can cut and make, and I like to just pre-make them out of scrap. I'll take a piece of darker paper, and I'll cut either a little rectangle out of it or a small looking half football. And once I do that, I'll just cut halfway in, bend it in half like this, cut halfway in, and then take my scissors and just cut real close and make the little eyebrows and eyelashes. And if you can see that, that's ready. And then we can attach it to their, by gluing it up here at the top. And if you change the direction of the eyelash, you can make him look mean, or you can make him look happy or whatever, and they'll look similar to this one. And this is one I done earlier. The eyelashes tend to make it look good. You can take the simple deal and just fold it in half. Again, get it back to where it's folded in half. And this time when you cut the eyebrows, you fold it this direction. I'll go ahead and give you a line to see what I'm going to do. You fold it this direction and you just cut that line out. Once you get the line cut out on both sides, then you can either cut and feather the top of that line or the bottom of that line, and it'll make eyebrows. And let just a bunch of little old bitty cuts into this line. Once you get to this point, you're pretty well done with the mask. You've got your nose, you got your ears. You can go around, change your design every time, and come up with a different mask done many different ways. And as you can see, I've got several different masks here. You can then take those masks, take your construction paper in a circle, attach them to the deal, and make a totem pole, and attach your masks to it. And you're not done, because now we're going to take the scraps of what you've done, these pieces right here, and we're just going to lay it on a piece of paper, and we're going to attach it to the piece of paper and glue it down. Find the mouth parts, and we're going to glue it down on there, and we're going to start building layers. And as we build layers, we'll take the eyeballs and the mouth, we'll glue them. This one is made out of 2 masks, and it's got one that's the outside's the biggest mask and a smaller mask. And as you get smaller on the mask, it does more and more. But you can then attach the mouth and the eyes. You can either draw in a nose, or you can take and do a combination of drawing and mouth. And when you get done, you'll have another mask art project right here. And I hope you've enjoyed this.